Guys, it's Tarke here. I'm level 98, 52% Sign 9. I've changed some gear around. I've got more life. I've run a lot of minnow maps. Let's show you some minnow maps, and I'm going to talk about minnow maps. Okay, so the main way that I'm going to level from now on, and have been to get the last chunk of my XPs, Minnow with Beyond is really good. We're skipping the boss for fairly obvious reasons. Now, what makes Minnow so juicy, so fun, such good XPs? So, I only started really doing Minnow with Beyond this level. I tried it previously, like 96, 97, but I was trying it solo. This was the first time I'd actually tried it with Kane. Now, I'm putting 2 sextants on. I'm putting 1 sextant on Minnow itself, and 1 sextant on Abyss. The only sextants I'm rolling over are things which are sketchy for hardcore. So that's like Fizz sextants and Mysterious Barrels, because you can like blow yourself up with them. So screw that. Basically, I'm just going on everything else. So if it adds mobs and it's not Fizz sextant, quids in. Slam Beyond on it. Here I had to change my Herald of Ash MTX because Kane was complaining that it was burning his eyeballs. And also I did add Herald of Ash to the character just because quality on Herald of Ash and all Heralds, if you weren't aware, gives global damage. So by adding Herald of Ash, I added a global 10% fire damage to my build. That obviously scales pretty well because my build is all fire damage. So, Minnow, super linear map, super clean map. It's a very tightly cramped map, meaning you put Beyond on it, everything spawns juicy. It's a tier 16 map, really good XP. I'm also trying to level my masters. Really good place to level your masters, by the way, because tier 16, by the way. How does this compare to Shapeshore? Because you guys want to know about the numbers, you want to know about the XP per hour. So I did a lot of Shapeshore to get up to 98. That was like the main thing I did to get up to 98. We started doing Shapeshore about 95, 96-ish. Before that, we'd just been doing whatever was getting us currency. It wasn't until like 96 we said like, let's go for the push. Let's go, boys. 97 to 98, going hard, fully set up, correctly rolled pack size, correctly done sextants. We were getting like 48 mil an hour going in. This is duo, support, let's go, right? Once I hit 98, that dropped. That dropped to like 30-ish. And it depends. Like sometimes you get more luck than others. Sometimes you go with tighter, less downtime. It fluctuates, you know. It's like, it just depends how you're feeling on the day, what way the inspired learning, which buffs we get first, you know, whatever. So I was getting like 30-ish. When we were slowing down a bit, it was more like 25 to 30. Now, Shapeshore is really expensive because there's the cost of the map, the cost of rolling the map, and the cost of all these bloody sextants. And it's like really sketchy as well. It's very, very rippy. Very rippy. The main thing which makes it rippy is Beyond. And that's the main thing which makes this rippy is Beyond. So if you don't know, it costs 3C, you slam it on your map, you kill monsters, they get their little red circles. When a bunch of red circles, stuff pops out. Who knows what you're gonna get? Mostly detonate dead shit is what you're gonna get. And occasionally, you get Abazoth come out and he's just like, and it's just animations. You know he's there because you become blind because there's just stuff on your screen. Now, the main thing which is spoopy about it is just random detonates. All of these mobs, they like to cast detonate and your character just kind of goes bloop. Now, the reason why it's so sketchy when it comes to Shore is the Shore boss is in a nice open area. So if you're not paying attention and you don't detonate it yourself or you stand anywhere near it, a random Beyond just goes bloop and you fall over. Add into the fact that sometimes you just get scary stuff spawning, you're running like double damage mods, minus max, whatever, and just like stuff like happens to get you one time, or this one guy just plops you on the head. You fall over. It's pretty rippy. The reason I much prefer Minnow to Shore is, one, Minnow's good XP. So we were getting like 40 to 45 when we were doing this fully optimal. So we were getting better XP at a higher level. And in a weird way, I think it's kind of safer than Shore, in a really weird way. And I don't know if that's because of my build. So even though it's a higher tier map, because it's so linear, and you just push forward slowly, you never really get fully surrounded, or you don't get surrounded as much with Shore, because with Shore is a big open area. There's lots of like ledges. Sometimes something can spawn like upper ledges you jump down, or you run into like a massive pack, and something can kind of come at you from all sides. Whereas with Minnow, it's just very tight, very linear. You always kind of know what's happening, sort of. And also it has very good synergy with the way that Tornado Shot works. So the way that Tornado Shot works is I'm just like, shoot, 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 shoot. It goes everywhere. And as you see, a lot of the like Minnow layouts, like the maze bit, is it kind of like, it will snake round, right? So you push forward and it like does a curve. So half the time I can like clear like half a screen away, and there's no way the mob's gonna even touch me. And it makes it super, super clean. Here's an example. You see the little raising the hand, doing that DD dance that it does. And the other thing which I really, really like about Minnow compared to Shore is the map returns. It's a tier 16. The only thing touching it is Abyss. So it's just like, oh no, what's gonna drop? Just lots of Minnows Abyss. Yeah, stuff can roll down, but it's like, it's just what happens. That's just what drops. And it just feels good. Just when you're just chaining tier 16s, just more tier 16 dropping, it just feels so spicy. Now, obviously, I've said about like how, oh, it's good XP, it's really affordable, this and other. So, like, what's the caveat here? Well, Kane's died. Kane, he went, you know, bloop. We had a bunch of sextants, adding a bunch of strongboxes. Boy says Ice Nova, by the way. Ice Nova says AoE, by the way. And Kane goes standard, by the way. So now I'm doing a completely solo push. I don't know if he's going to remake. If he does, like, you know, I'm pretty close to, well, I'm getting close to 99. Probably another day, maybe 2 tops to get there. But, oh, God. This is basically going to be my life. But this solo. So what I am doing is when I am getting bored of this, I am doing solo beachheads. I don't want to do beachhead rotors. Beachhead rotors drive me insane. Just because it's like trying to shepherd sheep. It's worse than trying to like have an intelligent conversation with Twitch chat, you know. Beachhead road is just like, no. So what I do is like when I'm feeling a little bit tired or like my brain's starting to turn off, because I can, if I fuck up, I can die very easily doing this stuff. Jump in a beachhead, do 1 beachhead, maybe 2 beachheads solo, keep going forward. I have Vault as a drop back. I farm the div cards from Vault. If you don't know, Abandoned Wealth, the Hoarder, they give you Exalted Orbs. So that's kind of like, okay, my brain's starting to hurt now. I need a break. I'm feeling a bit spooked. Do a beachhead. If not that, do a Vault. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Right. You can see briefly my Atlas for anyone who's curious on how I have it set up. The main thing, as you said, is the Sextant of Minnows. When I'm doing Vault, before I was putting Sextant on, but now I'm just saving my red Sextants for this. I do also run a lot of Gorges. When I get like 10, 15 Gorge saved up, I'll quickly just roll them and go. But you see I had it set up for Shore, had it set up for Racecourse, had it set up for Dunes. No tier 14, 1 tier 15, 2 tier 13s being Gorge, Shore, 2 12s being Vault, Ashen, 1 11 as Race, 1 10 as Dunes. I previously had Scriptatorium on there just because the div cards were worth a lot in hardcore, but since then I've taken it off because if I want Muns, I just do Vault or something. If I want XP, I'm just doing these maps. How long do I think it's going to take me? I reckon, considering I got 40% of a level today, but that was mostly playing group, I'd say 2 days is quite conservative to hit 99. So that takes me up to the 17th, sorry, the 15th. But, and this is a big but, and also a heads up for you guys, I have a lot of health stuff coming up soon. I've got loads of like scans which need doing. I have infusions. I have all sorts. So my plan will be like 99 the next 2 days, and then 99 to 100, maybe like a week and a half, just because I have a lot of very heavy health stuff going on. But we're going to be doing Minnow. It's going to be a lot of Minnow, a lot of Beachhead, a couple of Vaults in there, a couple of Gorgies, but Shape Shore, nah, too expensive. Not about that life, homie. That was a jewel. I'm Tarke. That's Tarke. So note the skin tone difference. That's what happens when... This is me at like the end of a really long stream, feeling dead ting. This is Tarke after he's had a little tea ting. But you can see that I've been streaming because my hair's looking a little bit greasy, yeah? Anyway, I'm Tarke. Kane's dead to Ice Nova. Oh, and one other thing. Just a little like something. So Kane's had a few support trip this league. You know, he started with his first Curse on Hit Psalm. Then he had the Curse on Hit Champion. Then he had the Curse Aura Trickster. Now he's had another. I thought, what could I do to make Kane feel good about himself? Could I give him a little something? A little, I don't know, I don't want my boy Kane to feel like his efforts aren't appreciated. Everyone should respect their supports. Everyone should BM their supports on a daily basis. So, you know, got a nice little graveyard forming up that everyone's keeping, you know, and a good eye on. Put some flowers down. Hopefully I don't need to put down any more tombstones on the way to 100. But if we do, you know where to find it. Anyway, I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Bye-bye.